Hello all. In the previous video, we have seen the different phases of a compiler. We just had a brief introduction to all the 6 different phases and the 2 supporting utilities. So in this video, we will see the working of each and every phase in this with a suitable example. So let's do that. For the source program, we are simply taking a line of code which is the statement position is equal to initial plus rate into 60. This statement, this is an arithmetic expression. This is the example that we are considering to explain the working of all the 6 phases and the 2 supporting utilities. So position is equal to initial plus rate into 60. Utilities. So position is equal to initial plus rate into 60. As you know, first this will be passed on to the lexical analysis phase. So we are applying lexical analysis on it. Lexical analysis. See, as you can presume, after lexical analysis, we'll be getting a group of tokens. We will be getting a stream of tokens. So position being an identifier, the token returned will be ID, comma, ID stands for identifier, ID, comma, 1. Let 1 be the symbol table entry for position. That is, assume that position is entered in the first row of the symbol table. Now equal to is the assignment operator. So assign op, comma, equal to. Now you know that initial is again an identifier. So identifier, comma 2, let 2 means that initial is present in the second row of symbol table. Let's assume that. Now no comment between here. Now plus, which is an operator, so op, comma plus. Now again rate is an identifier, so ID, comma 3. Assume that ID rate is present in the third row of the symbol table. Now star is an operator, so op, comma its value star. Now you know that 60 is a number, so num, comma 60. Num is the token return and 60 is its value. So ID for position 1 for 1 means that the identifier position is present in the first row of the symbol table. Now equal to is an assignment operator, then value is equal to, then initial is again an identifier. 2 here means that initial is present in the second row of symbol table. Now operator plus is an operator, token return is operator. Now rate again is an identifier, so ID, comma 3. Here 3 means that ID is present in the third row of the symbol table. Now star is again an operator, so token returned is OP and the token value is star. Now for 60 the token returned is num and the value is 60. So this is the output of lexical analysis phase. Now we will give this output to the next phase, that is syntax analysis phase. Now when given this to the syntax analysis phase, as we have seen in the previous video, syntax analysis construct a syntax tree out of it. That is ID, comma 1 is an operand. That is for equal to, there are 2 operand, one is ID, comma 1, it stands for position definitely, and the next operator is initial plus rate into 60. So you have to find out initial, which is ID, comma 2. Now rate into 60 is the second operand for plus. So star rate is ID, comma 3 as per this, that is present in third row symbol table, and 60 is num, comma 60 is ended. So if you are doing an in-order traversal of the tree, you can read it as ID is equal to ID1. If you want to write it like this, you can. That is, this becomes assignment assign O comma equal to, this is O comma plus, this is O comma star. Yep. Now this becomes id comma 1 assignment operator equal to id comma 2 o comma plus, then id comma 3 o comma star num comma 60. That is, if you are performing an in-order traversal, you can exactly get this expression back. So that is syntax analysis phase. Now we will see the semantic analysis phase. That is, in semantic analysis phase, what happens is, we will see semantic analysis. In semantic analysis phase, what happens is, all the type conversions, necessary type conversions will be done here. For example, just for the sake of an example, assume that this possession, initial and rate are floating point variables. In that case, 60 should be definitely converted into a floating point number. That can be done by the syntax analysis, semantic analysis phase. So after semantic analysis, the output of the tree will be like this. I am copying the tree with the difference assignment, then id comma 1, simply copying it will show the difference shortly. op comma plus, now id comma 2 here, then op comma star, now id comma 3. See, now 60 should be converted to a floating point number, isn't it? So into real, we are applying the function into real, and this being applied on id num comma 60. So this will be the, that is, this 60 has been converted to a real number. Everything else is just copied the same. So this is the output of semantic analysis phase. Okay. Now the next phase, you know, is intermediate code generation. So we will be converting this to a suitable intermediate code representation. So for that we can use any suitable intermediate code representations. Here we will be using the 3 address code. That is, every statement in 3 address code can contain a maximum of 3 operands. Less than 3 operands is fine, but it cannot be more than 3. So position is equal to initial plus rate into 60. So we'll create a temporary variable t1 and we'll convert 60 into a floating point number first. So into real of 60. Now in using temporary variable, we will create a temporary variable t2 and we will multiply rate into t1. Now another variable t3, which is initial plus t2. Yes, the right part has been done. Now position is equal to t3. So this is how we do it. This is how we convert this into an intermediate code. Okay. Now next phase is the code optimization. Intermediate code generation is this phase. Intermediate code generation. Next the phase is code optimization. See, in code optimization, as we have discussed in the previous video, you can apply some transformation on the code such that the code can be made to run faster or take less space or both at the same time. See, we will do something. We are calculating T1 as rates into 60.0. Now 60 has already been automatically been converted to a floating point number without this manual conversion, isn't it? 60.0 is definitely a floating point number. Now position is equal to, we can directly assign the value to position without using another temporary variable here. Position is equal to initial plus T1. It is initial plus rate into 60. Position is equal to initial plus rate into 60. That is instead of 4 line of code here, we just have 2 lines of code here. That is we have reduced the space taken by the program to run to its completion. That is the space, the amount of code, the unnecessary code is avoided. So that is a kind of optimization. We will see code optimization later in some videos. So this is code optimization. So the next phase is actually the code generation. So code generation, that is the last phase. That is, we are assigning registers and memory locations to the variables and generating an assembly language code. So we have to find 60, multiply rate into 60, isn't it? So we are moving the value of rate into some register R1. So now we are multiplying R1 with the value, the last one is the destination. We are multiplying R1 with 60.0. Now we have to add initial with that, isn't it? So again we are moving initial to the register R2. Now we have to add R1 and R2. Now we have to copy the result back to position, isn't it? So move F. F stands for floating point here. Position is a memory location which is storing the value for position. So this is how we generate the code. Now if we draw the simple table for this program, it will be like this. Following our assumption, position will be stored in a row with all its necessary attributes. Now position is identified 1. Now initial will be stored in second row. Rate will be stored in the third row like this. So position is id, 1, initial is id, 2, and rate is id, 3. That is id, 1. This one stands for the first row in symbol table. This 2 stands for initial is present in the second row of symbol table, and this 3 stands for rate is present in the third row of symbol table. So this is how the 6 different phases work, and this is how we manage the symbol table. Whenever a new variable is encountered, the variable with all its supporting, all its attributes will be entered into the symbol table. And error recovery, error reporting and bookkeeping functionality report all the errors whenever encountered. Actually the syntax analysis and semantic analysis part of the program deals with most of the errors. All these errors should be detected and should be dealt with in some way, so that the subsequent phases of compilation can proceed without any further issues. So that's all. Thank you.